Oh, g'day. Ross Thatcher from Australia. Iron horse having a bit of a bath here. It was round 2 of the 2022 floods. March 29th, I think. Maybe 30th. Who knows, who cares? It's late March 2022. It's flooding again. And managed to dig out a bit of a channel here today. So now I've got a lovely fresh creek to wash my feet before I jump in the tub. All this water's flowing out from underneath the shipping container. Because, you know, everybody loves to laugh at a bloke who has a shipping container as a storage unit, but my stuff's staying dry. And while I might be living underneath a tarp here, and I'm in the middle of a flood, I'm doing okay. The water's warming up now. It's at about 31 degrees, I think. 32. It's 32 because the water coming out the Julka, whatever it is, running on gas with the 12 volt pump running out of the car. It's running at about 44 degrees, I think. My eyes are telling me. Just guessing. It was a little bit lower, but I lowered the flow rate and upped the gas. So it's filling the tub up a little bit quicker and warmer, so I don't have to wait until the morning when you refill it with fresh rainwater. You know, it's sort of like got to wait till next morning before you can enjoy it, but this is actually really bloody pleasant. So I think I'm surviving round 2 of the 2022 floods. I predicted it would come, you know, like I don't like to be a smart ass and an I told you so type of person, because people like that suck. Seriously. And I don't suck seriously, I just suck a little bit. In fact, I don't even suck a little bit of beer down my neck. Now that's what sucks, is it's nearly empty. Have to go out and get another one shortly. So lovely warm hot water. Like, this is what I've been waiting for all my life. Hot water. Okay, I've had it all my life, but since I've been here in the hot tub world, God, it's too hot. It's definitely getting close to 50 degrees, I think. 47 did I just read? I don't know. So the tub's nearly up to its maximum level too. How good is that? In the middle of a flood, to be just, you know, I'm not on any sort of town water whatsoever. I'm totally off-grid water-wise. I'm only on the grid for electricity and phone and internet. So I don't plan on going completely off-grid anyway. You know, like, I like my mod cons, and if I had water I'd probably use it, but you know, then you got to filter it and treat it, whereas just rainwater, it's probably about as good as it gets. The one thing that came up the other day, on one of my mates, g'day Stu Kelly, fucking top bloke, all around bloody U-Butte, fair dinkum, top bloke. Between him and Al, who also helped me out a lot, you know, when a bloke's in a time of strife, you find out who the real fair dinkum people are, and the ones that come good not really asking for anything much in return, mate. That's when you know they're a genuine person. Anyway, talking with this genuine person, something came up, again about floods. And of course, me being the observant person that I am, as I've been for so long, started, of course, just have to have my little rant about the chemtrails that they were spraying in a massive fashion in the lead up to round 2 of the floods. And I saw them doing it before round 1. I saw it. I witnessed it. I saw how they were doing it above the wispy cloud layers that they'd already laid out. And they were doing it for a while. This is a man-made, manufactured event. And what's more, it's not just creating a flood. Now, this is the thing I keep trying to tell people. It's not just weather manipulation. It is weather war. We're in the middle of a war zone. The war of World War II never actually ended. I know. That's quite a bit to swallow, isn't it? I could probably go into that in even more detail, but for the moment, I think I shan't. Pretty soon that barrel is going to run out. And then I'm going to have to put the pump into here to recirculate this water to heat it up even faster. So I can't talk for too much longer. But basically, this is weather warfare in action. When we had the drought, when we had a flood last year, the same time of year, that's when I moved here, so all this little hippie camp has only been set up for less than a year. I haven't really done much at all between working and suffering weather warfare. It's not a lot I can do, but I'll get there eventually. But before that, we had the droughts, didn't we? And what comes with a drought? Bushfires. And what was I saying years and years and years ago about the chemtrails is that some of the compounds in it, like the aluminium sulfites and all the other bloody bariums and whatnot, some of these things are some of the main ingredients of gunpowder, thermite. Aluminium is one of the main ingredients of thermite, and that's one of the most destructive types of explosives that they use to bring down buildings, like they did with, what was that thing again? September 11. This is the sort of thing that people just ignore. They don't want to know about. They think that the conspiracy theorists are fucking crazy nutters. And, maybe this sort of stuff does drive us a little bit crazy at times. We've got every right to be crazy nutters. But what was I saying? They're paying the farmers to, in a subtropical region, to plant out their land with fucking eucalyptus trees. Now, we need rainforest trees around here, but no. They grew like acres and acres and acres of eucalyptus. And eucalypts, at the best of times, are highly flammable. They'll just go kaboom in a bushfire. But you spend 10 years then of growing them on this chemtrail sprayed rain and then let them dry out, because these trees naturally survive in dry regions. And then you spray them again, and then they soak all that up, and then you let them dry out, and then you spray them again, and so on and so forth. This was happening since 2000. So no wonder by the year 2020, when these things are fully established, not to mention all the ones that naturally exist and grow everywhere else, suffering the same weather warfare control and saturation of explosive chemicals that they soak up into them, that when we had the bushfires, they went off like bombs. Bush firefighters had said they'd never seen anything like it before. And I've been saying all along that that's gonna happen. And it happened. Oh shit. The Mr. I told you so is freaking right. The conspiracy freak, the bloke who says they're controlling the weather and they're spraying shit in the sky and it's falling in the land and it's falling in the water and it's falling in our food and it's falling on our medicinal herbs. That's how I first noticed it, because I was a medicinal herb smoker back in my day. And when I first started noticing chemtrails was the same period in time I noticed the herb was affecting me mentally differently than how it always had. It was always such a good thing. And now suddenly it had become a bad thing, so I stopped it. And subsequently became an alcoholic. Anyway, I think that's about enough of this rant. We're suffering weather warfare. It's time you people wake up. You know, you get distracted by the news, what's happening in Ukraine or wherever, because you just need a fucking distraction and something to keep you living in fear while you don't notice what's going on right above your fucking heads. They've been chemtrailing us now for decades and nobody seems to give a shit. And look what happens. One person paying attention, so he's sitting in a hot tub while everybody else is getting evacuated from their homes, flooded out, second time around in a month. It's sad and sorry, because nobody wants to listen to the fucking raving nutters talking about the chemtrails, do they? Because they don't know shit. Even other hippies I've seen living off grid and whatever. I start talking about chemtrails, they think I'm insane. Oh man, you can't affect Mother Nature. No, those things aren't what they make gunpowder out of. Haven't seen that bloke in a long time. I'm pretty sure he got extinguished by the fires. This is what happens. I can't tell you what's going on exactly, but I'll tell you what I think's going on, and that is we're going to own nothing and we'll be happy. They're going to chemically control our minds. They're injecting shit into you that say you're not one of them. They can just trigger something and give you a heart attack. They want to own all the land and basically eliminate us piece by piece, bit by bit. And in another generation or two, nobody's going to know a thing, because they're going to keep rewriting the history books as they've been doing for the last couple of centuries. We don't know our history at all. And if you did, then you should know. It's all fucking lie. Every bit of it. The people that survived the Crusades were the cowards who ran and hid. We survived from them. Anybody who spoke up, executed, tortured, massacred. Nothing as we've been told.